Setting up.
Hi, welcome to our Alameda County Democratic Party Oakland City Council Candidate Forum. My name is Igor Tregub. I am the party chair, and I am very honored to have the opportunity to bring to you live and recorded the Democratic candidates that are running for a seat on the Oakland City Council this year in all of the districts up for an election. In a moment, we're going to hear from these candidates. But before we do that, I just wanted to provide you some pointers about the procedure for tonight. We are going to, at 6:10 p.m., hear from the District 1 candidates. At 6:30 p.m., we're going to take a 5-minute break. At 6:35 p.m., we will hear from the District 3 candidates. At 7:05 p.m., we're going to take a break. At 7:10 p.m., we will hear from the District 5 candidates. At 7:30 p.m., there'll be another 5-minute break. At 7:35 p.m., we will hear from District 7 candidates. At 8 p.m., there will be a 5-minute break. At 8:05 p.m., we will hear from the at-large candidates. And at 8:50 p.m., we will do a closing. There is a list of prepared questions, but we encourage you to submit questions as well. Questions will not be submitted through the chat. Instead, you will see on the bottom right of center part of your screen, wish it was left of center, but it will be right of center. There will be a Q&A box. If you click this box, you will be able to type your questions. We will try to ask as many questions as we are able to, but we reserve the right to pick and choose questions. A few pointers for questions. Please put your questions for candidates in the Q&A box. Questions must be phrased in a way in which the same question can be posed to all candidates for a specific district. You can also make your question generic to all districts. Please note that answers are timed to 1 minute per response. Please keep your questions succinct. All candidates for each race will have an opportunity to do a 1.5 minute statement. After we will ask folks the questions, which, as mentioned, will be timed to 1 minute for response. The portions of this forum will be moderated by Kathy New. Kathy New has held a variety of roles, both within and outside of the party, including a number of officer roles. Kathy is an Oaklander through and through, and we're very excited to have her back once again as a moderator. We're also very excited to see you at a couple of events coming up that we will also be putting in the chat. First of all, on Saturday, actually, let me check. Saturday or Sunday. There will be this Sunday, there will be a kickoff for the Oakland United Democratic Campaign. Hot off the historic and viral DNC roll call, we're excited to have Democratic National Committee Secretary Jason Ray with us to kick off our organizing efforts to elect Kamala Harris as our next president, Latifah Simon to the U.S. Congress, and good Democrats that we will be endorsing up and down the ballot. I will put the RSVP link in the chat and are excited to see you on Sunday at 1 p.m. Also, we'll be sending you a website to join us
Hey,
on
babe.
Saturday.
Ronnie.
We're gonna invite you to join us on Saturday, September 21st for our 52nd Alameda County Democratic Party Unity Dinner at 6 p.m. in Berkeley. We are excited to share good food with awesome Democrats, and those awesome Democrats are you. So please join us for that. Again, we will put that information in the chat. And thank you so much again. With that, I'm excited to pass the baton to Kathy, our moderator, to get this program started.
Good evening, everyone. And our first up is District 1. We have candidates Edward Frank, Lynn Raphael, and Zach Unger. Are they all here with us? Because I don't see them. I see Lynn raised his hand. Is Zach here?
Yeah, please, as you raise your hand, we will promote you to panelist.
As panelists right now, I show just Marcy and Zach.
No, Marcy is District 7.
Okay, so
Yeah, I see Zach now.
Yeah,
Edward
Marcy,
Frank raised his hand.
we're trying to change your role to attendee. Unfortunately, I am not able to do so on my end. Would you please return during the time that you're if you can return at 7:30 p.m., we would love to have you for District 7.
Zach cannot turn on his camera. Edward, can you turn your camera on?
I'm
And I
gonna
see that you're muted.
make them co-host so they can unmute themselves.
This is Zach. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Now I can
Great.
see Edward, yes. There you are. And is Lynn Raphael here? I know he's raised his hand.
Yes. And again, as a reminder,
Alyssa
because
Victory with hand raised, one person with their hand raised, and that is an attendee.
Alyssa, I'll text you to see what your question is. As a
So-
general reminder, once again, because I'm seeing some questions that are specific to a particular candidate, please ask a question in a manner that it can be posed to all candidates for a specific race. Otherwise, we will not be able to ask the question. Thank you. With that, Kathy, please take it away.
Okay, I'm not seeing Lynn Raphael. Is he here?
Len is here.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay. Wow. Some background. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Good evening.
I want to first start asking, can we not do the spotlight? Let's see. Okay. I'd like to first ask, and I'm going to alternate with the different order that I ask questions, so nobody has to go first all the time. The first question is, why are you...
Introductions?
Excuse me?
Are we gonna do introductions?
Yeah,
Well, that was going to be
actually,
part
so
of the first.
there's a 1.5 minute opening.
Okay.
And
We'll
actually, I
start.
should mention this. Chloe will be moderating. Chloe, can you turn on your screen so we
I'm not, it's disabled. It's not letting me.
okay. Can you try now?
I hope everyone will bear with us. None of us has a PhD in Zoom.
Thank you. Chloe will be your timer. Chloe is our party services coordinator. There will be a little timer in her Zoom box. This will be strictly timed to keep the process fair and make sure we're running on time. So please finish
Chloe,
your
will
thought.
you turn off mics if people reach their time?
We can try to do that, or we can just ask you to please finish your thought when.
Yeah, there's a little noise that goes off when the time finishes.
All right, and if the time goes off in your mid-sentence, you can finish your sentence. So we'll start with 1.5 minute introductions, and we'll start with Edward Frank.
Good evening. My name is Edward Frank. It's a pleasure to be here. I want to thank you all for having me, and I also want to thank all the other incumbents and candidates who are putting themselves out there to represent various parts of Oakland in the upcoming election. I'm here right now at Emerson Elementary, where I'm a dedicated parent volunteer leader in the heart of District 1. I've been a stay-at-home dad for the past almost 9 years now. I'm a small business owner, the loving husband of a primary care physician who serves our community every day. And I just believe in Oakland's heart, and I want to see us as a city be a leader in the nation for just positive change. And I want to see us invest more in green infrastructure and be leaders in just the concept of when we all do better, we all do better. I want to see our collective wealth supporting our collective health. And I'll leave it at that.
All right, thank you. You did it within your time. Lynn?
Yeah, hi, this is Len Raphael. I'm a CPA for small businesses and individuals in Oakland for many years. I live in Temescal, a few blocks from Oakland Tech. I often walk around there. Both my kids graduated Oakland Tech, but they both played football there. And at lunchtime, it seemed like half the football team would come over for lunch. They were just big guys. So that's why it seemed crowded. I was past treasurer of Temple Beth Abraham, the ACC YSL Soccer League, and for 7 years, ending in January, I was the treasurer for the Coalition for Police Accountability. I'm a very strong advocate for police accountability. I supported macro when we were trying to get it through the council. I also ran for city auditor in 2014, and then in 2016 for the Alameda County Democratic Central Committee. I am a current activist and organizer for both the recall of DA Price and the recall of Mayor Tao. I am, in fact, one of the people who has been subpoenaed by the PEC, and which I expect that subpoena will be tossed out once again. My general point of view, and it's really, I'd say, more of a vision, is that it's time for City Hall fiscal responsibility. It's time to deliver the services we need and pay for. Residents mistakenly assume that pragmatic adults are running City Hall, but in fact, many of our elected officials are well-intentioned ideologues. I share many of their values, but I don't share the belief the city of Oakland has the vast resources to achieve them. Federal, state, and county government efforts will be needed to tackle many of these serious problems like poverty, homelessness, and even the underlying causes of crime. We can't.
Okay, thank you, Lynn. Your time is up. Zach Unger.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me. My name is Zach Unger. I am a lifelong Oakland resident. I actually live on the same street that I grew up on. My kids are fond of telling me that that means my life has gone nowhere. I like to think it means that I've got a sense of place. Oakland has given me so much. It's given me my community. It's given me my sense of purpose. It's given my 3 kids a wonderful education through the OUSD. And it's also given me my career. I am a 27-year veteran of the Oakland Fire Department. It's the only department I've ever worked for. I've also been an elected labor leader for the last 15 years, and I am currently the president of the Oakland Firefighters Union. I've had the opportunity to serve the city in a myriad of different capacities. I've been on the steering committee for Measure Y, Measure Z, Measure NN. Those are public safety ballot measures, infrastructure ballot measures, and also on the steering committee for Measure T, the progressive gross receipts tax. I was on the Citizens Oversight Committee for the Peralta Community College District. I've been elected as a Alameda County Democratic delegate to the Democratic Convention twice. I serve on the Rockridge Community Planning Council, and I've been involved in community with labor groups and all sorts of Democratic groups in Alameda County, and I am really proud of my ability to work with everyone across the aisle. I would say that my top priorities here are increasing affordable housing production, fully funding public safety with a broad understanding of the meaning of public safety, restoring functional city services, and being responsive to District 1 residents. And I'm very excited to be here and ask for your endorsement.
All right, thank you. All right, the next question that will go to all the candidates is, what have you done in the past that indicate you have the wherewithal and the knowledge to govern the city? And what will you do in the future on council as one of the city's leaders? Let's start with Lynn.
For many years, I have been doing my best to explain to residents of the city through various social media the inner workings of both OUSD and the city finances. There is a dearth of information available to city residents because we live in a news desert. Newspapers are basically obsolete, and those that we do have just don't cover Oakland City Hall very well. I've put a lot of effort into that. And then when I ran for city auditor, actually the local Democrats endorsed me. They endorsed me despite their skepticism about my skepticism about how the retirement benefits for all city workers. But they recognized I'd lived in many different parts of Oakland and understood the needs of different people. Anyway, when it got and I would continue. Hey, I'm still my point of view.
And your time is up.
Okay.
Thank you. Edward, are you there? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I would say, just honestly and earnestly, I'm by far the least experienced candidate. I joined this race to just at the urging of many of my community members. My knowledge of the machinations of the city of Oakland are minimal, but I am a hungry learner, and yeah, I recognize and will be honest that I have a lot to learn. So here's me putting my feelers out.
I don't know if you froze, if you were finished, but you've frozen on the Zoom. I think he's frozen. Zach, we'll go to you next.
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, I've worked with the city on a number of different issues, such as developing ballot measures, developing city policies. And I think it's really important to note that I've been endorsed by both labor leaders and business leaders, by people on all sides of different issues. And I think that a key aspect of being able to be successful in this job is the ability to work with people who you don't necessarily always agree with. And, you know, I believe that in Oakland, we have a lot of really diverse ideas and diverse points of view. And if we retreat to our various camps and spend all of our time sort of opposing and yelling and screaming, we're not going to get much done. And so I'm proud of the fact that in the past, on all of these ballot measures, I've been one of the architects who's able to bring people together and arrive at satisfactory solutions that lift all Oaklanders up. And this work is not easy. It's not always fun, but I believe that we need to have collaborative processes between people who don't necessarily agree.
All right, thank you. Next question. What are, I'll wait for the music to stop. What are the three, what do you see as the three most important issues in District 1, and what will you do about them? Let's start with that.
So I think crime and public safety are really key, and I'm hearing that a lot, that people are feeling unsafe, and I think that we need to make people safer. And I think that I am in favor of staffing up the police department. I don't think we have enough police officers now. I'm also really proud of having brought macro under the umbrella of the fire department. It is not the program it needs to be yet, but it is something that is a good pilot program and can continue to get better along with other programs. So I think we need a holistic view of public safety that doesn't pit public safety against civil rights. I think that housing and the housing affordability crisis is really the moral failing of our time. I think that District 1 needs to do its part in terms of affordable housing. I'm a fan of Project Home Key and the cabin communities and getting people into stable housing. And then finally, I think constituent services are really important. Members of our community don't always feel heard by the city council. And I know it's not the sexiest campaign platform to say that I'll always answer my phone, but you have my word that I'm a listener.
All right. We've actually reached the limit of the time we had allotted for this race, but I'd like the other two candidates to be able to answer the questions. In all
I'm
fairness.
sorry. You're not going to ask me the same question about the three?
Yeah, that's why some that
Oh.
you all have a chance to answer the same question. Edward?
Yeah, top three issues or priorities in District 1 for me. Housing our unhoused population every day on my way to bring my kids to school, walking from 52nd and Market over here to the Temescal, we pass people who are living on the streets, and it's not, as Zach said, it's a moral failing of our time that we're unable to find shelter for our brothers and sisters. Yeah, public safety, just the smashing grads. I had a friend of mine, a fellow parent, who was mugged in the afternoon on a weekday, and it just broke my heart to hear her story and to have that hit so close to home. And then I would just love for us to invest more resources into our young people, because as a dedicated parent volunteer leader here on this campus, I see what a tremendous impact it makes on the lives of our young people when we have an investment of resources